Hey there again, folks. So, got the engine pulled off of the 8123G. We've already been in here. And I shot this video yesterday when I pulled the head and the pan from the engine, but I realized that it wasn't a good camera angle, so I'm going to reshoot this video. And what I want to do is measure the bore on this engine. Now, I don't have a bore gauge. I have snap gauges, which I think will, as long as I'm careful, will do the purpose. And I have a micrometer. So I feel in here, I can feel a ridge with my finger, but I can't necessarily catch it with my nail. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the ridge itself, because theoretically that part is never touched. It's never worn by the piston or the rings. So it's kind of a guessing game, but you just kind of trying to get this thing plumb and then try and tighten it without moving it. And I believe, I didn't actually look it up, but I believe that the stock bore on a K301 is 3.75, because if this goes like yesterday, that's what I'm going to get here. Yeah, about 1,000th under. Well, about half a thousandth under there. It was closer yesterday, but I'm going to assume, and we found a standard piston in here, but I'm going to assume that the ridge itself is still basically stock. So the next thing I'm going to do is come down, reset my gauge, and I want to go just below the ridge, and I'm going to go parallel to the wrist pin. And I just kind of move it around a few times, but finish with the gauge plumb, or actually perpendicular to the cylinder, and then snug it lightly. Pull it out. Because if you wrench on this thing, if you accidentally move it off center, you're going to get a falsely lesser reading. So that is about 1,000th over. Which would be 3.756. Now we'll try it the other way. In theory, the engine has a tendency to wear more this direction than it does that way. about 2 thousandths over, which is what I was getting yesterday pretty consistently in the wear portion of the cylinder. So next I'm going to move about 2 inches below the ridge. Just kind of wiggle it around a bit. That's actually standard. Okay. Do the same thing, but we're going perpendicular to the wrist pin. I don't know if I trust that. I felt that gauge move. About a 1/2 thousandth over. I'm going to go down to the very bottom. And in theory, the piston doesn't wear much. Oh. Down there, or the cylinder, I guess. Yesterday I had closer to stock down there. Which is what that is. And I'm going to go this way all the way at the bottom now. And I've got to be careful because there's an oil hole near the bottom of the cylinder on this side. I want to stay out of that. So I got to go probably just above it. About a 1/2 thousandth over. Just for fun. I'm going to do some of these over again because I had a little more yesterday. About 3 over that time. That's right on. So I think the cylinder is going to be fine. We know we need a piston anyway, so I'll just get a set of rings and I'll run a hone down in the cylinder, and I think this engine will be good to go. So, okay, I hope that was interesting. I'll see you guys next time.